Welcome everybody. This video is over the factor theorem and the differences and sums of cubes. Please make sure you take notes and have any questions that you have ready for class. So our goals for this video is that we understand how to use a factor theorem, the difference of cubes, sum of cubes, and use them to help with factoring polynomials. So let's start with the factor theorem. Okay, the factor theorem is the binomial x minus a is a factor of the polynomial f of x if and only if f of a equals 0. So that's a whole lot of math jargon. So what is that actually saying? So in order to answer this question, we're looking at this example. Show that x plus 3 excuse me, is a factor of x to the third plus 6x squared minus x minus 30, then find the remaining factors of the polynomial. So they're giving us a factor, and we have to figure out if it is a factor of the polynomial. If it is, then find the remaining ones. Okay, so let's see what this actually looks like. And apologize for my handwriting. I'm having to use my trackpad, so this might look a little sloppy. So first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to use synthetic division. So this is kind of a callback. So we need to use the our factor that we're going to put inside our little half box here is going to be whatever would make x plus 3 equal to 0. So we're going to use a negative 3. Okay. Now the coefficients are what we're going to go put up here at the top part of our synthetic division here. So we get 1, 6, negative 1, and negative 30. Okay. And then we're going to do synthetic division from here. Okay. So we're going to bring down our 1. Then we'll do negative 3 times 1, which is negative 3. And we'll add. So 6 plus negative 3 is 3. So then negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. And then negative 1 plus negative 9 is a negative 10. And last step, negative 3 times negative 10 is a positive 30. Which negative 30 plus 30 is 0. Now remember this last number at the end here, between our line and our box, here I'll just make a box, is 0. That is our remainder. So because it is the remainder of 0, according to the factor theorem, that means that x plus 3 is in fact a factor. And the good thing about doing this actually is that when I factor out the negative 3, I actually find another piece to my polynomial. So I end up with now x plus 3 and x squared plus 3x minus 10. And now we just need to factor out this x to the second minus 3x. So we still have the x plus 3. Then we need to factor out the x squared plus 3x minus 10. So we need two numbers that multiply give negative 10 but add to 3. So we're going to put my x's. Okay, so we're going to use the numbers 5 and 2. And since it's a negative 10 but a positive 3, that means that I'm going to end up with one negative, and that negative is going to be negative 2 and a positive 5. And that's it. Now, let's talk about the difference in sum of cubes. So, do you remember these vocab words? So, remember that difference is subtraction, sum is addition, and cubes is the values that are found by multiplying by itself twice. So numbers like 27 are 3 times 3 times 3. So here's the formula for difference of cubes. We have a to the third minus b to the third. So anything to the third minus anything to the third equals a minus b times the quantity a squared plus ab plus b squared. So we have this example just to give you an idea. We have 8x to the third minus 1. So our factor is, if we take, so 8 is 2 to the third, so we get 2x minus 1, and then because the cube root of 1 is 1, so we get, after we take out the 2x minus 1, we get 4x squared plus 2x plus 1. Now, let's take a look at this one. 27x to the third minus 64. So we take the cube root of a, which is 3, and the cube root of 64, which is 4. So our factors come out to be 3x minus 4 times 9x squared plus 12x plus 16. Now, sum of cubes works very similar, except now we have addition. So there's our example at there at the bottom with 8x to the third plus 1. And it factors out pretty much is the same thing. The only difference between the two is that now we have a minus ab. So then we take that out, and that's what we get 2x plus 1 times 4x squared minus 2x plus 1. Now let's look at this example. The cube root, so x to the third plus 125. X to the third automatically is a cube root because it's x to the third. And then 125, the cube root of 125 is 5, so we end up with x plus 5 times x squared minus 5x plus 25. Any questions, write them down and make sure to ask them in class. See you then.